Hello MLB Showdown community, I'm the Guru Colby Talifus and this is our How to Play MLB Showdown video series. This is our third series. Our first two parts of the series were the first roll of an at-bat, picking which chart to use, and the second part of the series was the results, the second roll of the at-bat. So this is our third part, and that is what to do with those results. For this part we're going to be talking about different advancement rules for hits. This is sometimes very simple and other times gets very situational and a bit nuancy. Also, rules can vary from league to league, so make sure that you're establishing your rules before you end up picking teams and playing games, as this will affect how you choose players and also affect how you make managerial decisions and overall save you a couple fights. I'm going to work from the top and work my way down, as this is the most basic way to go. Obviously, if you end up with a home run result, or homer as it is listed on the chart, everybody who's on base scores, the batter scores, there are no outs recorded. This is pretty straightforward. Hopefully nobody has an issue with that. The next result is a triple. Everybody who is on base scores because they are forced around. Under all play styles this is true, and the batter ends up on third base. No outs are recorded. Easy enough. Now the slightly more difficult and nuancy situations. If the batter hits a double, he ends up on second base with nobody on base. If there's a man on third when he hits the double, the man on third scores. If there's a man on second when he hits the double, the man on second scores in all play styles that I'm aware of. This is pretty straightforward. The nuancy part about this is that if the man is on first base and he hits a double, under the official rules, the man on first stays at third unless there are both two outs and the man on first is a speed A. These rules can be adjusted. You can change the speed. You can change it to where there is a throw, which we will talk about in just a second. But as of right now, that is how the rules stand in all the leagues that we play. The next result, as we move down the chart, is a single plus. We had avoided talking about this, and this will be our first reference to speed. On a single plus result, it is a single, so man on third scores. The man on second can go with a throw from the outfield, which we will talk about. If there's a man on first before the single, then that is it. There's just men on first and second. But if there's not a man, if there's nobody on base, the guy reaches first base with the attempt to steal. Under the original rules, if there was nobody in front of him, he stole second base without a throw. Many people are dissatisfied with that rule. We play that if the base is open, that the runner gets +3 to his speed. This is the first reference to speed in Showdown. As you may be able to tell from Jason Giambi, he is a speed C with a 10. There are other speeds. There are speed A, or there's speed B, like Matt Holliday here, who's a 15 speed B. And there are speed A's, like Ken Griffey Jr. here, who is a speed A. Old cards, A's are referred to as 20s, B's are 15, and C's are 10. Newer cards, their A's, B's, and C's are also accompanied with a number that it correlates to it. So batters have specific speeds. Players' speed A could be 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, or 23. Anywhere in that range could be a speed A. So you end up with faster and slower speed A's. Speed B's are going to be in the middle, and speed C's can go all the way down to an 8. So speed will make a difference, as well as defense. I know this is a lot all at once, but for the sake of saying that, the way we play in our league is that if you hit a single plus, it is your speed +3, so you get +3 speed, versus the catcher's arm and a roll. We'll discuss that later on when we discuss defense, the value of different defenses, but that is how stolen bases work in a single plus scenario. So it is a single with the batter's speed +3 versus the catcher's arm and a roll. And again, remember, the defense has to beat that total, the total on the offensive side, to get the out. If not, the batter steals second base. Now, when we go to singles, with either a single or a single plus, if there's a man on second, then he goes to third base and has the opportunity to go home under different rules. There are different interpretations. Again, remember to establish these before this, or different ways of executing it. If the man on second, when there was a single, is a speed A, under most rules he scores without a throw. If he is a speed B or a speed C, he can either go. In some instances, he always scores. In some leagues, in other leagues, he will go with his speed +5 versus the outfield defense, which is all three outfielders added together, plus a roll. If that beats his speed +5, then he scores. If it does not, he is out. And other leagues have, if it is 2 outs, that he gets additional bonuses to his speed, either +3 or +5. So these are all things you need to establish, and once you play a little bit and see it in action, you'll find what you like. But we play with a throw, unless it is a speed A, with no bonus to the speed for the 2 outs. That is just how our official rules work, but again, everything is variable and you play with what you like. So those are how singles work. And with walks, batters only advance if they are forced to advance through the walk. This is pretty self-explanatory. That means if there's a man on first, he will go to second. If there are batters directly in front of him, or runners directly in front of him, he will get pushed along. If he is not actually pushed along, then there is no advancement on the walk. This is very similar to regular baseball. Hopefully this has been pretty self-explanatory for you and how different results could happen. We also work on getting all these in writing. We have different sets of rules that have been printed up, and we're trying to compile all those for you. We'll hopefully have those for you, and hopefully this has been a good video on how different results affect the game. Next week we're going to be talking about how different outs affect the game, including defense and speed more. Remember to, hopefully everybody's enjoyed this, and remember to play for the card.